Hi, this is Nancy Ryan, licensed marriage family therapist, certified Gottman therapist, and CEO of the Relationship Therapy Center in Roseville, California, and Fair Oaks, California. During this strange time, unprecedented time of quarantine due to the COVID-19, I wanted to put some tips together on self-care, how to handle work and business, as well as family. We're doing this quarantining and stay at home social distancing for our physical health, and there's reasons that we're doing that. I do have a huge concern, though, for our mental health. Isolation, uncertainty, lack of finances. There's a lot of things that are affecting us as a society today, and wanted to give you a few tips on surviving through this time. So let's start with ourselves, right? We've got to put that oxygen mask on first before we help anyone else. One of the key things is really to stay informed about the news, but not obsessing over it. Anxiety wants us to pull into, we've got to know, what if I don't know? And I really want you to think along the lines of check in once or twice a day to reliable sources and get your news that way, and then let it be. There's a lot of emotional roller coaster rides that are going on right now. Some clients will tell me one day I feel fine, and the next day I wake up and I don't want to get out of bed, or I feel anxious, and it does feel like an up and down emotional roller coaster ride. So accept that right now, and that's a part of this journey. The longer we go, the more stabilization I think we can get with our emotions. But one of the things too is, there are some people that are working from home, they're salaried, maybe they don't have kids, and it feels a little bit like a vacation. And so they're posting all these pictures of all these projects and paintings and cleaning out closets and all the stuff that, that's great if you feel productive to do that, but a lot of people aren't. And it's making them feel less than, or what's wrong with me that I don't feel like doing any of that. And that's pretty normal during this time. And if you have kids at home and you're an instant homeschool teacher, or if you are out of work or your business is struggling, it's going to be very difficult to push ourselves to do these extra projects at home. So try to remember that and not compare yourself to other people. It's really important right now to create some kind of structures and routines. Going to bed and getting up at the same time every day. Breaking for meals at regular times. Making sure that you are planning some work time and self-care time and fun time the best that we can during this quarantine. But also to remember to get time alone. We all need time alone, and in our regular days, we're either in our commute and we've got alone time, or we are at the gym, we've got our headphones on, and we don't have a lot of these opportunities anymore. So creating alone time in your home, if you're living with family or kids or extended relatives or partners, is vital as well. We need silence in our own space. So a lot of times our mental health therapists will talk to you about meditation and breathing and mindfulness. And that all sounds so obscure, I guess. I want to break this down really simply. If you actually put your hand on your belly and breathe in a deep breath so that your hands rise, and a deep exhale, and you do that 5 times in a row, it actually changes your physiology. I used to just scoff at that. Well, I breathe all day long. Of course I breathe all day long. But those deep diaphragmatic breaths actually will help your nervous system slow down. Those are easy things to do. Another one I've got on here is meditation apps. I think Calm and Headspace are offering their whole program for free for health professionals right now. But there's also one out there called Insight Timer. And I love it because it has thousands of meditations on there. And you can look for a 5-minute meditation. And this isn't just about sitting completely still and trying to shut your brain off, although that is a form of meditation. If you look up guided visualization on there, you can find somebody that you like their voice and their subject matter, and they can take you on a journey that keeps your mind engaged of a beautiful, serene place that also will affect your nervous system. So give that a try. Move and breathe. We talked about breathing. I want you to move, and I don't mean like this is going to be the time that I get in the best physical shape that I can. If you've got the motivation to do that, that's great. And if you don't, get outside and just walk for 10 minutes. Getting out in the air and moving our body is also something that's really good for our nervous system right now and our whole mental well-being. Try to laugh. It kind of seems counterintuitive with all this seriousness, but it's really important. One of the things that is really funny sometimes is looking up bloopers on YouTube of the news or some of your favorite shows, watching movies that are funny, watching a show like Impractical Jokers, something that will make you laugh will also help change your state. The thing that I want to focus in on is watch out for depression and anxiety. So this isn't just I'm feeling blue or it's difficult to get out of bed, but true depression symptoms are your eating and your sleeping are either over or under what's normal. You've got a prolonged period of time where there's a lot of negativity and potentially feelings of suicide. Suicidal ideation just means like, I'd be better off not being here. It can be as little as that, but not really being able to find any joy anymore, and this going on and affecting you in family, work, home life for a while. Please reach out to a mental health professional. Many of us are doing video therapy right now, or we're doing social distancing in our offices. Now, anxiety, we all feel anxiety at this time, but people with an anxiety disorder can get what they term anxiety attacks, where it's difficult to breathe, not COVID-19, but just difficulty breathing because they're so wound up. There's a lot of short, shallow chest breathing, obsessive thoughts. Generalized anxiety is worry constantly over many different things. If you wonder if your anxiety is getting out of control, leading also into panic attacks or obsessive compulsive issues, please, again, contact a mental health professional. It's crazy times right now. So for work and business, if you are working from home, make sure that you're creating separate space from your work and home. Even if that's a corner of your room, it's difficult when you, like I am right now, setting up on a dining room table and you've got all kinds of stuff going on around you. Try to find a separate space that you can, even if it's nice and you're outside, on a table in the back. Just try to create that separation from work and home. Make sure to break up your day in a block of time working, then maybe some lunch and moving, and then a block of time working. And again, expect periods of feeling less productive. That's kind of normal right now. Yes, you have work to do, but try not to beat yourself up for it. That's not going to help you in the long run. If you own a business, oh my goodness, it's crazy right now. And I know all of us are searching all the different loan programs and getting so frustrated with them not coming through at this time. But do that and then come back to your business and continue to shift and market differently at this time frame. It's hard to be creative at this time, but getting creative is vital to keep your business going. You've got to figure out different things that might push you out of your comfort zone and figure out different ways to market. I saw a daycare center put together home kits and sell them on their website, and they actually got a news feature to do that. Like something that they wouldn't normally do, but they're doing that to keep their doors afloat. So try to get creative. There's a time and a place to vent with other business people. This is really frustrating right now. We didn't get any notice that this was happening. It was just an instant shut your business down, good luck. And that's infuriating. And so people being able to process that with other business people is important. And also find other people that will help remind you that this will come to an end. We also have to normalize that we've got to hunker down and figure out a way to maintain, but we will get back to some sense of normalcy and some sense of things opening back up to some degree. I don't know when, and I wish it was sooner rather than later, because I worry for the mental health of everybody involved. Suicide ideology is up. Alcohol consumption is up 55%. We're going to get into home and family, but domestic violence is up 35%. This is affecting all of us, but we've got to remember that there will be an end. So let's get to tips for family right now. If you've got children at home, please lower your expectations of being a super homeschool parent. Some of us are still working and also required to help our children at home. This is a very difficult, tough time. So have some routines in place. You might need to be able to reward your children of they do, 3 worksheets and then they get a half an hour on iPad to play, or this might need to look a little bit different. When I say emotion coach here, what I mean is kids act out their emotions a lot of times, and they don't have the words to describe how weird this is. Like, I think for a lot of children, it felt like a vacation at first, but kids are missing out on things. They're missing out on their friends, their teacher who they love, the routine of school. If you've got a senior, they're missing out on graduation. If you've got a college student, they're probably home living with you, missing out on a lot of things. And there's a lot of mixed feelings around. And so whatever the age range, being able to say, if I was in your shoes, I'd feel kind of cool being home and liking that I don't have to get up early every day. But I'd also be really feeling lonely because I was missing my children, missing my friends, or really disappointed that I don't get to graduate with my class this year. So being able to emotion coach is really helpful with kids, even our grown kids at this time. So remember that our partners will handle this all differently. Someone might be positive and someone might be really negative, and we might be trying to change our partner's point of view. And patience for all in all of our views. We might not be able to be that support person for our partner if their view is very different from us, but try to let them have their own way of feeling about something. This is also a time where any holes in the relationship are being exposed. So I'm hearing from couples that they're weathering this fine. They're getting closer even. And those that haven't had a chance to really work on their relationship or haven't felt like it or been so distracted that they haven't are noticing the holes. When they turn towards their partner to try to connect in this time and our partner's not available for us, it can feel really lonely, extremely lonely. And if you don't have the tools or skills to be able to handle conflict resolution or stress, that all can be coming out in a big way. If you're looking for ways to talk about anything other than COVID-19 or chores or school, etc., start talking about what you want to do when this is over. Talk about dreams of vacations that you want to take again, and start connecting about what the future looks like. That can really help lighten everybody's mood. Remember that everybody needs space. Everybody needs to be able to disengage from being at home, and to have patience with one another. Everybody's feeling stressed and anxious right now. And if we could just have patience with one another and remind each other, hey, I know you're kind of stressed, but you're biting at me a little bit. Could you watch that and find ways to gently confront our partner in reminding each other that we're on the same side. This is really hard in all aspects, but I want to give you a friendly reminder. Work on your anxiety. Let the tension drop. If you have to do that 15 times a day, we will get through this. And it's frustrating, that phrase that we hear on TV all this time, we're in this together. Well, we're not all exactly in the same spot. We're all in very different spots. But just do the best that you can with where you're at. And if you need any help, we're offering video in-person sessions. We're offering 15-minute consultations if you'd like a check-in and find out if you're struggling with anxiety or depression. Please reach out. We're here for you. Hopefully this will be ending soon. I'm not going to say we're in this together. I don't think we are. I think we're all managing in the way that we can, but hopefully this will be over soon and we can maintain our sanity.